As part of the feeding kit, you'll have received a bib with both a clean and a dirty side. You'll also have a bowl that is full of fruit that breaks in half, or you can cut them in half as well because we have a spoon but also a knife. And you'll also have received a set of puzzle pieces that act as sequencing cards. And these are a great way to be able to retell the sequence step by step. This kit's been designed to facilitate pretend play, but also to develop sequencing skills, which are a really great way of developing oral language and literacy skills. As always, with any of your Rubens Baby accessories, I recommend just allowing your child to really play around with them first. So as they explore them, you can talk about what they are. So, banana, oh, yummy, you love bananas. You can see if they want to break them in half. They can use the knife, they can cut them in half. So all the time you are naming items, you're also commenting on what they're doing, and you're narrating what you were doing. So the whole time you're mapping language onto their immediate experiences, and this is a really great way to develop speech and language skills. Okay, so once you've had a chance to play around with all the different accessories, then you could maybe model a sequence of events where you can do it together. So for instance, okay, it's time for lunch. Let's sit baby down. Okay, now let's get baby's, we already have baby's bib on. Let's get baby's bib on. Now lots of different language that you're modeling as you do this. So you're putting baby's bib on, but then you've got the opposite where you're taking baby's bib off. We have that clean side. We also have the dirty side. So let's put it on here. Okay, so next, so all the time you're modeling this lovely temporal language. So first, then next. So next, it's time to feed baby. Let's see, what's baby gonna eat? So of course, this is really lovely and interactive. So you could either get the spoon and pretend to feed baby. Now you can model some of these lovely early symbolic sounds. So for instance, num num, yummy. And these kind of sounds are just a little bit easier for your child to imitate, particularly if they're an early communicator. Okay, so now we fed baby. Okay, now it's time to wipe baby's mouth. Oh, and look, baby's face is all clean. Oh, and now the bib is dirty, but that's okay. Okay, so once you've modeled the sequence, you could maybe invite your child to recreate the sequence. Now, as always, remember, this is not a test, so just allow your child to go through the different steps as they want to, follow their lead, map language onto what they're doing by commenting on what they're doing. But once you've done that, then you could maybe go through these puzzle pieces. Now, I recommend maybe having them in order first, because this is a lovely way for you to demonstrate to your child that there's a beginning, middle, and ending to any story or any series of steps as part of an activity. It's also a lovely way for you to model some lovely early literacy skills. So for instance, as you point to the different pictures while you're describing them, you're doing something and you're modeling something that your child's going to need to do when they're learning how to read, which is point to the words on a page, but also when they're learning to write, so tracking from left to right on a page as they write sentences. Okay, so as you describe the pictures, remember that temporal language that we discussed. So first, baby sat down. Then we put on baby's bib. Next, baby ate. And oh, you're modeling these lovely past tense verbs, so regular and irregular past tense verbs. And then we wiped baby's face. So once you've created the sequence, if you've modeled all this lovely language, then you could maybe put them out of order, see if your child wants to have a go, or you could maybe just take one off and let them finish it. It really depends on where your child is at developmentally. There is a space on the back if you wanted to write a word on it. So for me, I have a 4-year-old, a 3 and a 4-year-old, so it's quite natural for me to say something like first, next, then, and then. But if you have a child who's maybe going to school or is in school, you could maybe model a word like in the a phrase like in the end, or a word like finally. So all the time we're thinking about oral language, but also literacy development. Now don't stop here. You could support your child in developing pretend play and sequencing skills throughout your day as they watch what you're doing, as children do, and then recreate the steps. You can add this lovely language, this temporal language. First, next, then. Which all of these things are really working towards developing their sequencing skills, which helps support oral language and literacy development.